Hello everyone. So in this video, I will be showcasing that how you can use if expressions and contextual variable. What is a contextual variable in Power Apps? So if is kind of an expression, or you can consider it as a function also, where you have to specify some logical expression as the first argument. Basically, if you have worked with Excel, so you will be familiar with this kind of if expression. So we can consider it as a function which actually accepts three parameters. One is the logical expression, or you can say logical test. So this is the condition which will be either true or false. And based on the return value of this expression or this test, either this true value will be returned or this false value will be returned by the if expression. Similarly, I will talk about the contextual variables, that there is a variable called UpdateContext. You can create any variable and specify a value to that variable. We will see these two things in action now. So let me navigate to the Power Apps screen. This is the Power Apps screen. So let's create a new screen. I am creating a blank screen. I am adding a blank screen in the Power Apps. Let's rename this screen and let's give the name src underscore if underscore update context. All right. So this is the screen, and for the if expression, I'm going to show you a very simple example here, that how you can use the if expression. So first, let's add a checkbox here, and after that, in the input category, let's add a checkbox. And the functionality which I'm going to show you, or the example which I'm going to show you for the if expression, it's a very simple example I'm going to show you, that if someone will check this checkbox, the screen color will change. And for the screen, we have a property called fill. So as of now, you can see fill is white. So if I run this app, there is a checkbox. Okay. If I check this, nothing happening. If I uncheck it, nothing happening. So basically what we are going to do is we are going to write some condition on the screen fill property, Okay. And what we are going to say, that if this checkbox is checked, the screen fill property will be changed, or you can say screen fill color will be changed. If it is not checked, then it will be white. So this is kind of a if expression we are going to create. So let's do it. I am in the fill property. You can click the fill property, or you can select from this drop down also. Instead of white, we will say if. We are going to write the if expression for this screen. We are going to say if. Okay. And what will be the expression? It is asking for a logical text. So we have a checkbox here. We already have checkbox 1. Okay. So in the fill property, we are going to say checkbox 1 dot value. Okay. Dot value. Now do you see this value? This is a type of boolean, true or false. So it will be checked, so which means it is true. So I am going to say, let's make this screen as green, else it will be white. So this is the condition I have added on the fill property of the screen. The condition if checkbox 1, which is my this checkbox, has the value, which means it is checked, it is true or false. So make the color as green, else if it is not checked, make the color as screen color is white. So let's see this in action. So you see here, as of now, this is not checked, so the screen color is white. The moment I click on this checkbox, the screen color changes to red. If I again uncheck it, it turns to white. So that is how you can use the if statement, or I can say if expression in Power Apps. Now let's go back to the PPT again, and let's talk about the update context. What is update context? Update context allows you to create a variable in memory for that particular screen. If the variable is not there, so it creates a variable for you. So in this example, you can see I have given update context. It's a JSON kind of expression where number is the variable name and 3 is its value. So it will automatically take the type of this variable depending on the value which you specify. So let's see this in action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's say, add a button. I'm going to add a button. Okay. And on the click of this button, I am going to set the variable value. Okay. So button text I can change from here, create variable. Okay, so I've given the text of the button as create variable. Now on the click of this button, which is the on select property of the button, what I want to do, I want to create a variable. So I'm going to write here update context. Okay, and it's a JSON expression. So in the JSON, what I'm going to write, where number 3. Okay, close bracket, close. Now here two things very important to understand, that first of all, this is a JSON expression, and in Power Apps you don't have to give the double quotes. You don't have to give the double quotes to your variable name because these are JSON properties. So JSON properties, ideally we give, when we write any JSON format, we give double quotes, but in Power Apps don't expect any double quotes to your variable name. So I have created a variable here. So what will happen when I will click this button? It will create a variable where number. It will create a variable with the name where number, and value will be set to 3. So let's do this. I am running this app now. When I click the button one time, it will create a hypothetical variable, you can say imaginary variable, in the memory, and the value will be associated as 3. So let's do it. I have clicked on the button. So variable has been created in the memory. Alright, so the variable where number has been created in the memory and the value has been assigned as 3 because we have used the update context and we have created a variable with the name where number and value we have given as 3. Now how to check it? So to check this, let me add a text label. Okay, so I have added a text label and I will bind the text property of this text label. I have a text property of this text label. I will bind the text property of this text label to that variable. So let's do this. Let's assign this to var number. So now you can see in the IntelliSense this variable is coming, which means it has been created. Now you can see it is showing me the value 3. Okay, so let's run this and you see the value is shown as 3. Now, if I want to change the value of this particular label, text label, so what I'm going to do, let's say I'm going to change the variable value. Now you still see it's not showing any value until and unless I will click on that label. Okay, so I have clicked on that label. Now you see the label is showing me a new value or the updated value. So that is how you can use the if expression. I have shown you the if expression, how you can use it in Power Apps. At the same time, how you can use update context, which actually creates a variable for you in the memory in Power Apps. Thank you.